Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. We got a lot of really cool mods today, like the Surperior Enlarge spell, which lets your character get absolutely massively huge. And we got a lot of other great things to cover today, like the 5e Cleric Subclasses Combined mod by Sumradagnoth. Finally, we got ourselves some more classes, super exciting. And we'll be covering all things related to the mods that dropped this week. We got a lot of really cool ones. You can see here, the Superior Enlarge is hilarious. Yeah, name another mod that can make you this massive. It's crazy. Yeah, you take up a lot of space, but I am really excited about the Cleric Subclasses Combined mod. We got some other class mods here today, so I just want to briefly go through a few of the most exciting mods that I've seen. We also got the Waypoints Expanded mod, which lets you teleport yourself into different areas in the map. I think this is great, especially on subsequent playthroughs. So, like, for example, inside the Emerald Grove. This is one of the most annoying things because, you know, you go back to the Grove to sell things, you gotta wait for that gate to come up. Now, there's actually a waypoint inside the Grove itself. There's also one inside the Arcane Tower, inside Moonrise Towers, the Open Hand Temple in Act 3, and inside the House of Hope. I think that's super useful as well because going back to the House of Hope is just a pain. So, huge. This mod by Kazgi here. I really like this. I think it's a very useful quality of life. So Waypoints Expanded. Also, the Skyward Alchemy Flight Potions mod by Kelka, who's made a lot of fantastic mods for Dragonborn. So what this does is it gives you a few different ways to fly around. So you get different potions and they have different abilities. So you can use a fly by bonus action, by movement speed, or flight without provoking opportunity attacks by bonus action. There's a bunch of different varieties of them here. So you can see all of those there. And you can also create like electrified surfaces whenever you land on the ground, or create ice surfaces, acid, you name it. So what this ends up looking like is you got all these awesome wings here. So there's a bunch of them. They also can be outfits or part of your armor as well. So if you wanted to use a specific outfit from gear, you can do that as well. And then you got all these potions here. So you can use this. So if you got the Icy Drift, this will give us the fly ability here. So we got the Frostwind Flight. So you can then use this to fly around and then create a ice surface whenever you land. Or sometimes, I guess, it depends if you're on combat or not, but super cool. This is great, especially if you're going for another Dragonborn style playthrough, because yeah, you can make them fly around like that. I think it looks awesome, so just want to highlight this one here. Also, we got ourselves the Heartbound classes. I'll get to the class mods here at the end of this video. Just want to briefly talk about them. This one mod was made by Crypto Hack. You may know them for the Marauder class mod, or Goliath Race mod, or the Oath of the Redemption Paladin. Another one, this is based on, it's basically like if you're going to do a playthrough with like your significant other, this would be the perfect class to use for that. So again, I'll be covering that in a moment. And then we also got the Sorcerer subclass, the Conflagrant Soul. This mod is made by Graphic Fade. You may know the Fade equipment distribution. We're getting a lot of really great mods from mod authors that make other style of mods. This one gives us a really cool fire and grease style sorcerer. Again, I'll get to this in a moment. And then we also got the Circle of Prey, or the Chief of Prey, which is you can summon in a cat to help fight out alongside you. So you get at level 3 the Praying Companion, Sphinx, Tressim, and Apex Hunter. And you get some different options. You continue to level up. I think this is a cool subclass for the Ranger. And again, I'm a big cat lover here, so this is perfect for me. And we also got the Call of the Void Warlock here. So this is a reimagining of the Great Old One Warlock. Perfect for Eldritch Horror fans. So I'll be going over all the class mods here in the later part of this video. And we also got another awesome mod. I'm a big fan of these by Yunmoon6, who's made the Origin Mirror Unlocked mod. I know a lot of people love customization for their companion. So Strong Minthara makes her strong. Change the body type. There's one of these for pretty much every other character. And there's one that makes Karlach body type 1. So yeah, a lot of cool new customization mods by them. And we also got the Photographer's Ring. This is super useful, especially for me. I like to take photo mode pictures. What this does, so there's a little bit of annoyance. So let's say you want Shadowheart to go take a picture over here, and then you want to get Mince to go take a picture over there, and then you see where this is going. They don't stay. They run back. So what this does is it makes it so that your characters will stay in place using this ring, so you can get some cool looking appearances and outfit or photo mode pictures with this. So the Strike a Pose spell makes you lock yourself in place. So that's really nice. I think this is pretty useful. By Revolution Scribe. We also got the Angel Photoshoot mod. So we're seeing some more mods pop up that change the photo mode itself. This is by Artie Henrietta, who has made some other mods here I've talked about previously. And what this ends up doing You go into your photo mode, look at the poses under the character sections here, and then you're going to see the Night Song Flight here. See ya later, alligator. Night Song Assault, so she comes launching down. These look really cool. Night Song Showdown, where you lay on the ground and then get yourself back up. And then Night Song Smash. Yeah, these look so cool. Perfect with the wing mod as well. I was hoping whenever I check this one out that the Smash would be the backbreaker that she does on Leroican. But yeah, this one makes you fly like the Man of Steel. Super cool. Again, any mod that changes photo mode, I think is a win for all gamers. And we also got Skirbie's comfy clothing / underwear. You get the idea where this is going. Skirbie's put out amazing outfit mods every single week. So this is just another one. Not going to highlight it here. I don't think that's the right type of video for this, but you get the idea. Also, Toggleable Far Realms. Another mod made by Unmoonsick. They've actually been on top of it, releasing a lot of really great and useful mods. And I think this is actually very useful. It changes it into... normally, this is a reaction-based trigger, and it gives you a free critical hit. It's a Illithid ability. Now this makes it so it's not a reaction, and it's actually just a toggleable on your hotbar. So you can now just go, look at the Far Realms. I think this is nice. It's annoying getting asked if you want to do a critical hit every single time. You can now make it so you just click it, boom, critical hit. Don't have to worry about the reaction menu popping up. Another fix for Illithid abilities is the Cull of the Week Overhaul by Brabija. Now what this does, so Cull the Week, whenever you kill someone, Cull the Week, basically, however many Illithid abilities, let's say you have 10 of them, if the target goes down to 10 health, it'll take them out immediately. The thing with Cull the Week, unfortunately, is it doesn't actually allow you to use some other abilities. So, like the Bloodlust Elixir, which gives you another action. If you take someone with Cull the Week, it doesn't actually apply and allow you to use that extra action that you get. Deathstalker Mantle, the Dirge's Cloak. It doesn't turn you invisible if the Cull the Week takes the enemy out. Same thing with the Accursed Spectre from the Hexblade Warlock. I've had a lot of questions about that. So yeah, this will fix that. Rhapsody, Duke Ravengard Sword, Killer Sweetheart, and Staff of Cherished Necromancy. So this makes it so they all work now with Cull the Week. A small change, but a welcome one. And you saw the Superior Enlarge spell by Sher Gergen. So yeah, what this does is it gives you this spell here you can learn as a scroll. Makes a creature grow larger over time. Applies the Enlarge, so you can make yourself enlarge. And then every time that you fail the saving throw, you'll be creating a larger and larger form of yourself. Or every time you succeed on the saving, if every time you save on the throw, you get larger and larger. It also gives you the Enraged Throw, and then the Enraged Shove, which will do force damage. And then you can also throw them even further and further. As you can see, it gets pretty ridiculous. I know there's a lot of people that like the large characters in this game, so this is perfect because now you can make them frickin' huge. And well, hopefully, yeah, we got the Enlarged Max. So it goes up to 5 stacks, and this is how large you get. It's crazy. So yeah, you can literally be just as tall as the buildings in the Baldur's Gate City. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that Shadowheart could get this large. So yeah, this is more so just a fun mod, but this is exactly what modding's about. Doing ridiculous stuff that doesn't really make sense and doing it for the love of the game. So yeah, this can make your character obviously massively large, and this is the total height that they can get. Again, pretty much the size of a building in Baldur's Gate. Yeah, that's one large Shadowheart. You do get some issues with movement, obviously, because you're too big to fit through most surfaces, but yeah, great if you want a get yourself large. And finally, the last mod we got here is the Auto Digger mod by SwishFred57. They made a bunch of other ones like the Eternal Lockpick, which just made its way to console, and so many other quality of life changes. So this is another cool one that just makes it that anytime you go near a chest, you're going to automatically dig it up. So back to the 5e Cleric Subclass Combined mod. I'm a huge fan of this. Sumradagnoth has knocked it out of the park every single time with their class mods. You may know them for their 5e Fighter, Barbarian, Monk, and now Ranger subclass combined, and the Purple Dragon Knight Fighter, which they homebrewed up. This now adds the Arcana domain, the Forge domain, the Grave domain, the Order domain, the Peace domain, and the Twilight domain. All come with their own Twilight or domain spells, their abilities. They do a great job of translating it from actual Dungeons and Dragons into Baldur's Gate 3, which obviously a video game has its limitations. But they've done such a good job with this mod. I will be doing a video in depth on each of these subclasses because I've done one for the previous subclass combined mods. Another really great one. So yeah, this is awesome. I know a lot of people are looking for the Grave domain, so this is now available. Kind of similar but different to the Death domain. Forge domain being a fire focused one. You get your Searing Smite, Burning Hands, and Blessed Forge, giving yourself bonuses to the weapon enhancements. Arcana Domain, somewhat of a magical caster. And then like the Order Domain being also about order. So you get yourself the command spell and all that. So really excited that this is now available. And again, I'll be doing a future video on it. And the Conflagrant Soul Sorcerer. So this is a fire-based sorcerer. Untamed power of fire and slick, clinging grease surge within you. You're a conduit for destructive interplay and a master of the volatile synergy in close quarters. You get the Scorch and Touch ability, the Greased Weapon, which does additional bludgeoning damage and has a chance to apply Slicked. And then also you got the Oily Blade, you can knock targets prone with it. You get the Slick spell, basically grease, and then the Flickering Flash, which has fire damage. And if the target is prone, it increases the damage that's done to them as a cantrip, which is really cool. Using the 4 Elements Monk appearance there. And Searing Weapon, you gain proficiency in one-handed martial weapons, and your melee weapon attacks deal additional fire damage equal to your proficiency bonus. So that can mean up to +4 fire damage. Nice. Grease Dancer. When standing on grease surfaces, you effortlessly slide without provoking opportunity attacks and are immune to falling prone. Now, I will be also doing a build on this because I think this is a really fun class. But yeah, if you're a fan of grease and fire, this is perfect. I think it's really very well done. And the Chief of Prey. So this gives you a praying companion cat. It can tag prey to increase the damage to it. At level 5, you get the Sphinx, and alongside your extra attack. Into level 7, you get the praying companion Trussim. Level 9 is the Apex Hunter, a tiger. And at level 11, you get new abilities as a subclass bonus once which applies to your Apex Hunter. So you can see here we got like a cat, which we can summon in there. Boom. And then it can mark targets, a cat prey. It's got the meow there, and praying claws. Then also as you continue to level up, you get the different cat appearance or cat summons there. So there's the Sphinx of Prey, which can again do a little praying claws and apply bleed on the target. It's got 70 health, it's pretty tanky. And then the Trussim cat here. So the Trussim of Prey gives you Trussim's Blessing. And then also we got the Apex Hunter as well, and you got the choice between a panther and a saber tooth, so can assassinate or feast on the targets there. So I love having any different type of summons, especially when they're kitty cats like this. So yeah, it's really cool. And then the cat itself, the praying panther, has invisible prowl, pouncing prey, can knock targets prone, assassinate prey if the target's prone, does 3d12 plus 2 piercing, and also has the bite prey ability too. So this is cool. If you like cats, this class is for you. So yeah, a lot of really great new mods this week. I am most excited about the Cleric Subclasses Combined and the new Waypoints, but let me know your favorite new mod of the week in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. Let me know what Baldur's Gate 3 mod content you would like to see next, and we'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day.